welcome to Lonster's Lair. Come on in, I got some stuff cooking today. Hey, welcome to another episode of 4 for 20. I am your host, Lonnie. Some people call me the Lonster. And today's dish is based on our trip to New York. The Grand Central Magazine and myself went out to New York to a college media advisors conference, and we learned some great things. While we were out there, we visited some areas and checked out Little Italy, and so today's dish is based on our visit to Little Italy. We're going to be doing a shrimp pasta in a scampi sauce with some diced tomato and diced scallion and some fresh garlic. Of course, we'll serve it with some artisan Italian bread. And the most expensive part of this dish would have been the shrimp, the cutch. I got a bag of it today at Meijer's for about $8.99. My pasta was 99 cents. Tomato was 50 cents. The green onions or scallions were 50 cents. And then, of course, my other minor ingredients will have the grand total for you later. But I know I didn't go over the $20. So are you ready to eat? We're going to have a great time. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is dice up the tomato. And we're going to dice up the green onions. Of course, like I said, I got a tomato, green onions that are falling everywhere. We got butter for our scampi sauce, the shrimp for the shrimp scampi. I parboiled off and made some al dente linguine, some fresh garlic, well, not really fresh garlic, but minced garlic, salt, oregano, celery seed, and some pepper. All these great ingredients with a touch of white wine will make this dish fabulous. Magnifico, or whatever they say in Little Italy. All I know, it was delicious while we were there. All right, so like I said, let's start off with chopping up some green onion. Basically, you want to get the ends off because we don't need the little roots in our dish. And what I normally do is I just line my onions all up together on the cutting board, and with one fell swoop, take off the roots. And then we just dispose of them. You don't need to be like chopped really fine, just basically cut her down to circles. And depending on how much green you want, you can go all the way with the stems or partially. What I do is I split it up because I like to use it as a little garnish at the end. Now we'll just dice up the tomato. What we want with our tomato is some little cubes. I got this nice vine ripened tomato today. Looks fabulous. I like to just slice my tomato down to about 4 or 5 slices when I'm dicing because I want some nice chunks of tomato in my dish. And the scampi really looks great with tomato in it. I don't like to use the ends. I'll save them for soup or something later. Let's cut it into strips, then turn it around and cut it into strips again. And basically, I got some nice little cubes. Voila. Okay. Now that I got my main ingredients, my shrimp has been peeled and deveined. Basically, peeled and deveined is where it's split open, the skin's taken off, and the poop chute's been removed. Peeled and deveined. It's basically all you have to do with this shrimp. You can buy them pre-peeled and deveined. They're going to be a little smaller. I like to get the little larger ones for the dish. So it's up to you. Don't buy the already cooked ones or you'll have a tough dish. It'll be nasty. You don't want that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to move everything on over to the stove area, and we'll be finishing it up over there. Alright, before I put the shrimp and get it going in the pan, I'm going to get my artisan bread in the oven. Basically, this has already been pre-baked. Got this at Meijer, it's in the bread section. What you want to do is got to go, oops, we baked too many shelf, get it for a great deal. That's what I always do. Always go to Meijer, you'll see that little thing, oops, we baked too much, and then you can get a great deal on it. I basted it with some olive oil, some garlic powder, and then I'm going to just put it in the oven to get it nice and crisp for about 10 minutes on 450 degrees. Okay, so let's get our shrimp going. Actually, get our butter. This is going to be the key to our scampi right here, is our butter. Alright, so now I'm getting the butter sauteed up. I'm going to add a tablespoon of my minced garlic. So that browns up with it. So I want that garlic to be a little bit caramelized. Alright, so it's starting to continue to heat up. Hear that sizzling? Next thing I'm going to add is my shrimp. You want to do this and everything else right away, because shrimp cooks the fastest. So we get that all in here. And that sizzles up there. That'll start to cook really fast. And what you want to do is just start getting the shrimp barely cooked as it starts to cook, because then you're going to start adding the rest of your ingredients, because shrimp cook really fast and you don't want them overcooked, because then they'll be tough. You can see how quick these shrimp start to cook up. Their tails are already starting to change color. They're going from translucent to a nice white. And what you want is about this stage right here with your shrimp, as it's starting to cook. So you can keep it all fresh at the same time and cook all the ingredients evenly. So keep your heat on high. Keep flipping your shrimp. I usually do this, but I know not everybody's one of those experts. You see them do that at the DUFC, the pasta bar. You just got to get it in the wrist. But if you can't do that, use your utensils. My shrimp's continuing to cook. It's starting to look really good. I'm going to add my diced tomato. Drink my white wine? No, actually I'll add that in a minute. Some salt. Probably about a tablespoon. No, not a tablespoon. Probably about a teaspoon. Sorry. I won't overfault that. Goodness. A little celery seed. Not a lot. That's probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon. There, pinch. I like it. And then what I'll do with my oregano is get it in my hand to about a pinch size and then just sprinkle that. And basically that is just going to add just a touch of flavor to the Italian. And then of course you cannot forget your pepper. And I would probably say that's about a little less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. About the same range as my celery seed. Okay. So this is starting to really cook down here. And the shrimp are looking great. The tomatoes and their acidity is starting to blend with the butter, so it's starting to form a little bit of a sauce, which we wanted. And the really idea about this is this scampi sauce is going to have all the flavor, so it'll blend great with your pasta. So now we take, we add a little white wine to this. And to reduce it down. Basically what we're going to do is reduce this down. That white wine will combine with the butter, reduce down and form almost like a cream sauce, but it'll be more clear. Now all you do is you add your linguine. And since we're doing this, if this was a restaurant, I'd have a small pan. This would be like one order at a time. But since we're doing this for a group of 4 or more, we're going to add our linguine all the way. Green onion. Now, we have a dish inspired by our trip to Little Italy in New York City. Shrimp Scampi Provençal. Fabulous! Love it! It's going to be so good. Get everything stirred in, cover, let that heat for about 5 minutes. Okay, look at that. Doesn't that look great? Look at that dish. Perfect. The shrimp is done right. Everything is done right. So what you want to do is get in there, grab yourself a nice twist of the pasta and get it on the plate there. Get in there now and scoop up your juice, your shrimp, spread it around. Perfect. Now we're slice off a little of the artisan bread. Look at that beautiful color. Voila. Top it with some fresh Parmesan, some crushed red pepper, and you have a great dish. 4 for $20. 4 for $20. Shrimp Scampi Provençal. Artisan bread. Delicious. Are you ready to eat? Because I am.